What's up guys, Jimmy here. Today I want to talk about the disappointment from the community regarding Capcom and their DLC practices for Street Fighter 6. Hey guys, Future Jimmy here, and I want to clarify some things about the video you're about to watch. The original recordings were made on December 19th, and as such, it's missing some, well, new information that has been gathered, some new statements from Capcom. They're still pretty fuzzy, so they don't really add a lot without a massive speculation. But yeah, just so you guys know, originally what you're about to watch was recorded before Christmas, so keep that in mind while watching. I think I'm going to do an up-to-date video regarding the new statements from Capcom, but for now there's a lot of speculation we have to add here anyway, so let's see, maybe there's going to be some new developments before Capcom Cup, and it's going to be worth discussing in a separate video. For now, I really hope you'll enjoy this video. A happy new year, and I'll see you guys soon. Now, a couple of days ago, I made a video regarding the possibility of a balance patch for Street Fighter 6, and that was because Capcom released a trailer to show off a new option in the shop. You can buy new battle HUDs from previous Street Fighter games, which is really cool, but people are already disappointed. When they showed off the trailer, they did not include a price tag for the battle HUDs. And yeah, people are not so happy about it. There's no drive ticket option, so you really have to use money for this. And per battle HUD, you're spending about $5. So yeah, that's a big yikes in my opinion for a feature that could have been pretty cool. But in the end, I'm not so sure how many people are going to be spending a lot of cash on this specific feature. In any case, it wasn't really about the battle HUDs anyways. People really were focused on the Elena changes in that trailer. It was clear Capcom was showing off a new version of Street Fighter 6 that isn't playable at that time. And yeah, that's what people got excited for, and clearly people are disappointed because we once again only got very minor changes. Elena was only like slightly buffed. You could really say it was a bug fix. And Sagat got minor adjustments, and Mai was basically given a slap on the wrist for being so naughty in Street Fighter 6, and that's pretty much it. I guess you could say it's our own fault for expecting too much from Capcom. They did not announce anything big, so yeah, why are we expecting something big? I mean, Capcom just recently also posted about the holiday fighting pass on Twitter, and people were so pissed off about that. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I feel like finally the community is getting to the point where they're so angry about, well, no DLC, costumes, and content in general. There's just a lack of content in general in Street Fighter 6. Like, even the avatar stuff now is getting rehashed. We are not even getting a new fighting pass. I mean, just to be clear, not that I care. I don't care at all what Capcom puts in the fighting pass, okay? Just putting that out there. But at the same time, if you're going to focus on the avatar stuff, at the very least for the holiday season, you could give us something new, right? And even that Capcom couldn't do. And like, just as a reminder, almost a year ago Capcom did release a statement regarding the state of Street Fighter 6 and how they're going to be moving forward. And in that statement, they did say they're going to be doing a better job at giving us more costumes, and more costumes are on the horizon, and year 3 is going to be different. Fighting Pass is going to get more stuff, and now we are here in year 3, and the holiday Fighting Pass is getting rehashed, not even new content there. Like, what's going on at this point? You know, back in November of 2023, I made a video regarding the upcoming Outfit 3 costumes that we got for almost the entire cast. That was pretty cool, but even back then, I was kind of like, hey, why did this take like 6 months to release? And why are the DLC characters not included? Are we gonna get a bundle? What's the price tag for this? And honestly, in all of these regards, Capcom ended up disappointing. We didn't know back then that there was not going to be a bundle. The price tag is absolutely ridiculous till this day for all the costumes. It's honestly the first Street Fighter game where you seriously couldn't afford to buy every single piece of DLC. If you want to have all the costumes, if you want to have a full collection, in previous Street Fighter titles, you could simply buy the bundles and they were reasonably priced, and then sure, you would use up quite a bit of money, but at the very least you'd have a massive collection and you would get the entire game, and the costumes were nice. And everybody was happy at the end of the day because you were really incentivized to get the bundles. But yeah, none of that happened. Like, even back then, I was very skeptical. I said, hey, this is actually a bad sign. Like, what's going on at Capcom? And why is it taking so long for them to make costumes? And why are some of the characters simply not getting any? It was a bit odd and out of touch. Some community members actually had the balls to tell me that it simply takes 6 months to make a bunch of costumes for Street Fighter 6 because the quality is so out of this world that that's how long it takes. And yeah, of course, that's not correct. Even back then, I pointed that out. Of course, this is complete nonsense. And Capcom has previously shown they are able to push out a lot of costumes at a good or reasonable quality and make money from that. Like, it's not like Capcom is a charity. They're trying to sell us the costumes. Remember, this is not a charity, this is a business. And for some reason, for the first time ever, Capcom was not using DLC costumes as a revenue source anymore, and that was so confusing to me. Now, after the release of Outfit 3, people were getting more and more fed up with Capcom during 2024 because nothing was released in that time frame. And then finally, in February 1st, 2025, we got a statement from Capcom regarding the DLC situation and what's going on there. And I'm going to be quoting Capcom here. So they have to say, we've seen the request from the community and would like to share that we've been working on new Fighting Ground character outfits since last year. However, please note, it's difficult for us to release every character outfit all at once due to the amount of time it takes to develop them. We plan to begin releasing them gradually starting this summer. Regarding future fighting passes, we have been reassessing their contents and the frequency of their release and will be making changes starting in year 3, with the goal of increasing the amount of items within each fighting pass that can be used in Fighting Ground. I'm honestly impressed by Capcom having the balls to just push out this narrative that the costume is, they just have such a high quality, it just takes that long to make. Just like with the community response on my Outfit 3 video back then, people are making up wild claims. Like, honestly, really, I don't want to say Capcom is lying because they're technically not lying. If you have no artists, no developers on your game, then yes, it takes multiple years to make a single costume in Street Fighter 6. That is technically true, but it's omitting a very important fact. The problem is not the quality of the costumes or the amount that you have to make. The problem is the developers not being there to develop anything. Keep in mind, this message was from about 11 months ago at this point, and people had really high hopes that things are going to be improving over the course of the next couple of months. And I can tell you, nothing has been improving, only regressions so far. Speaking of regressions, there was one odd thing that happened with the balance patch that Capcom just released, and that was having to re-download the entirety of the game, it seems, just because of those minor changes that they made. I can't remember the last time I had to re-download the entirety of Street Fighter 6 for a patch, and even that just feels like an odd regression, like the guy who's in charge normally isn't around anymore, so maybe the intern has to do something and doesn't really know how this works. Anyways, really odd. Maybe it's because of the RE engine, maybe it's because of how the Steam files are packaged that require the full re-download. I just can't remember the last time that has happened to me, so definitely let me know in the comments below if this is normal, if my memory is just a bit hazy in this regard. Did we always have to re-download the entire game for minor changes? It seems like something was wrong there. But yeah, TLDR, community is not happy with Capcom and with Street Fighter 6 at all, and you can really see that more and more people are just really not happy, and they're letting Capcom know, like with every post that they're making, they're letting them know, we're not happy with this state, please do something, like this can't go on forever. And honestly, they're absolutely right. I'm amazed at how poor the communication was in 2025, of how little content we got, and how many oddities just happened with Street Fighter 6, like not just reselling old fighting passes like with the Christmas fighting pass we're getting right now, the weird comment about year 3 getting better and we're getting more costumes and stuff like that. And none of that happened really. The installation of Street Fighter seems to be falling apart on Steam. At least that's my impression so far. Elena, by the way, this is another oddity as well for this year. Elena came out technically in Season 3. Like, she's a Season 2 character, but for the first time ever, Capcom could not be bothered to release Elena, like, on time. She was actually released after the first premiere event for Season 3, and this is just something that I do not understand how the Capcom Pro Tour works at the moment. I think it's a big mistake, and the way everything is handled just seems so off. Like, all the time, everything is just so weird. Hey guys, Future Jimmy here, and I want to clarify a point that I made about Elena. The release of Elena is technically in line with prior releases from Capcom, like the prior years, so that has not changed. The reason why she's actually within the next season, or why I say that, is because Capcom decided to make Evo Japan, which was in April or May, a CPT qualifier, which has not been the case the year prior. In my opinion, this is the right move. The Evo Japan should be a CPT qualifier, but yeah, in my opinion, it also doesn't change much about Elena releasing super late. So yeah, it's in line with prior years, but still something that Capcom should be changing, in my opinion. What Capcom should be doing if they want to like have a coherent system regarding the Capcom Pro Tour is have Capcom Cup conclude, and then right after Capcom Cup, you release a major balance patch, you release the next DLC character for the next season, and then that's how you start. And then let's say at the end of the year, you finish off the character releases, and then, because that's a great way to have an entire season worth of DLC characters, and then have them or give them a chance to show up at Capcom Cup in the same year. If you're a season, like the way it currently works is really weird. A Season 2 character has no chance to make it into Capcom Cup in Season 2. The earliest Elena can make it into Capcom Cup is in Season 3, even though she's a Season 2 character. In my opinion, this is also like misrepresenting the DLC character passes, because if I'm buying in Season 2, if I'm buying a Season 2 character, am I not expecting the character to be released in Season 2? Like, is this not a reasonable expectation for me? I feel like Capcom should really reconsider how they're doing this, and even if there is like a good marketing scheme behind this, like at the end of the day, like just from a competitive standpoint, it's never been any worse than this. But yeah, this video is getting a little bit out of hand. I'm rambling a little bit too much about the Capcom Pro Tour now. Maybe I'll do a dedicated video on that. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about Capcom Street Fighter 6 content in Street Fighter 6? Definitely let me know. Do you understand why people are so pissed at the moment? Community feedback is so negative at the moment regarding Street Fighter 6, and I definitely understand why. I kind of saw this coming. I'm not happy to say that I saw this coming, but yeah, it is what it is. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys soon.